Tonight from Bakersfield, welcome to the Prep Football Game of the Week on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable Channel 52. Tonight, the BHS Drillers host the Golden West team from Visalia at a quarterfinal matchup in the Yosemite Division. BHS is 8-2 this year. They've won 6 consecutive games, 5 straight, since they beat Golden West 21-0 about a month and a half ago. In that game, Alan Mackey became the starting tailback for BHS. He has rushed for almost 600 yards this year. James Miggle, the quarterback, has really come alive. 13 touchdowns passing, 5 running. And of course, they have Pat Osborne, the outstanding receiver, defensive back, and kicker. And a stellar defense, which has recorded 3 shutouts this year. Golden West, 4-6 on the year, has won 4 of the last 5. They rotate quarterbacks who have thrown for over 1,600 yards and 16 touchdowns this year. And Taylor is the Defensive Player of the Year in the West Yosemite League, in which Golden West is a member of. And he leads their defense. Golden West 4-6, BHS 8-2. It might be closer than you think. Tonight from Bakersfield on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable Channel 52.
Over the last 60 years, our law firm has helped thousands of accident victims win millions of dollars. But our work goes beyond the money. It's really about people. 15 years ago, I represented the mother of a 4-week-old baby who was permanently brain damaged when her infant feet failed in an automobile accident. I testified before the legislature and fought for laws to protect children. Today, children are safer because of those laws.
When you need us, we'll be there.
Have you videotaped a special event that just has to be shared with your friends and relatives? Then Time Warner Productions is the only place you'll need to go for quality on-time duplication. We'll take your videotape and transfer it to whatever format you want and make enough copies for everyone on your list. We'll even convert your foreign videotapes to meet American standards, as well as convert your videos to send overseas. Just stop by Time Warner Productions in the Time Warner Cable office on Select Avenue and tell us, I need a dub. It's fast, easy, and the only way to go to get multiple copies of your videos.
Holiday Ford Lincoln Mercury is clearing out the 98s. Now we have $1,000 cash back, plus 0.9% financing on Escorts, Contours, Mystiques, Tracers, and Rangers. Now that's real savings. How about a red carpet lease on a new 98 Explorer? Come in and buy one, and the first payment up to $500 is on us. Don't make a wrong turn. Make the turn for Lerdo Highway in Shafter. We're easy to get to from both the 5 and 99 freeways. Say habla español.
Come to Holiday!
On the campus of Bakersfield High School. Welcome to the Prep Football Game of the Week on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable Channel 52. Tonight, the BHS Drillers on their home field in blue and white take on the Golden West Trailblazers of the West Yosemite League. Golden West has won 4 out of 5. They're 4-6 on the year. BHS 8-2, undefeated in the Southeast Yosemite League at 4-0. They have won 6 consecutive games. In fact, they defeated Golden West 21-0 the week after they lost to Centennial. And the Drillers have been on a roll since then, just blowing past opponents. They really ripped everybody in their league. Foothill, Bridgeview, Highlands, East High. They didn't necessarily have the strongest league in Bakersfield or in the area, but nevertheless, BHS has been able to get their offense on a roll thanks to the emergence and the progression of quarterback James McGill. Golden West with the ball at their own 30-yard line. They rotate quarterbacks. Thrown for over 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns. Shane Costa flip left. He'll lose maybe a yard. Loss of a couple of yards. The quarterbacks for Golden West, Justin Owens, number 17. And Chris Forbes, number 12. Chris is 5'9", and Justin is 6'4". Mike Gooden at fullback, 6'2", 191, also a safety, split backs. Pass complete to 84 out of the backfield. Hit hard down to the 37-yard line. Mackey, who's emerged as the top runner for BHS, a fine defensive player and their top running back, 536 yards this year for Allen. Rob Crisp is a tight end for Golden West. Jeff Ingstrom, right guard number 55, left guard Mike Rodriguez, number 60, right tackle number 65, Andy Biggs, all West Yosemite League. Left tackle Felix Ortega. The quarterback keeper to the 40-yard line, lose a tackle to about the 41. I think it'll be shy of the first down. And that was Forbes on that play. I think they're going to call for a measurement, so it's closer than I thought. The split end for Golden West, number 21, Dustin Young. The halfback, number 6, Antoine Jackson. Second team in the West Yosemite League. The flanker back, number 2, Andrew Mitchell. 38 receptions this year, and all West Yosemite League pick. And they'll be shy of the first down by about a half a yard. Fourth down for the Trailblazers. Their fans are right in front of me. Here on the visitors' side at Griffith Field. 3 rounds in the playoffs this year, as they have split up the Yosemite and Sequoia divisions into 2 separate entities, large school and smaller school. Fourth down, and Golden West apparently will be punting away. Number 27 to do the punting, Marcos Moran. Fourth and short, fourth and about a half yard. Will they fake? They have a running back standing back there as a blocking back at the 35-yard line. They hike it away. Punt up the side of his foot, goes out of bounds. Actually gets a fairly nice roll. The BHS will have it inside their 30-yard line. So the Driller offense, which has been awesome of late, they beat West last week 62-18. In fact, it was 55-6 at the half. They get going. I haven't seen them since the Centennial and Clovis games. BHS defeating Clovis in a pigskin class. They got it going in the fourth quarter. James McGill, the quarterback. Mackey pitch back. Allen on the right side. Cuts back. 25 to about the 29. Allen Mackey this year, 73 carries, 504 yards, 6 touchdowns, 6.9 average. James McGill, a quarterback, fine year. He has thrown for 13 touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards, 46 of 69, run for 338 yards and 5 touchdowns. Play action, McGill sprint out left, looking down the field. He will run it to the 30-yard line, cuts inside, first down, BHS. McGill across the 35 to the 36. Talk about James at 6'3", 210 with outstanding running ability. Royce Jennings split in for BHS. 7 receptions, 204 yards, an average of almost 30 yards a catch and a couple of touchdowns. James Hallman, 9 receptions, 305 yards, 34-yard average, 5 touchdowns. Straight handoff. And that is to Kimber, the fullback. Not much of a gain, maybe of 1 yard for BHS. Pat Osborne, Mr. Everything for the Drillers. He did not play receiver for a number of games due to the fact he had a broken hand. He is number 4. 15 receptions this year. Okay, we'll call it 2nd and 9 for the Drillers. 9 minutes to play in the first quarter. They move right to left across your TV dial. Osborne wide right. Pitch back, Allen Mackey. Right to the outside. Great blocking by Kindred. 40-yard line, 42 and cut down. John Kindred, number 14, the fullback, just busted somebody out there to spring Mackey loose somewhat. But Golden West was able to string out the play very well. 3rd and 4. Got 3rd and about 5 for BHS. Thomas Hellman wide to the left. I formation for the Drillers. Keeper by McGill. Has the first down. Run at the marker. Dives forward. He should have it. Just put the ball almost into the gut of his halfback. Brought it out. Goes to the right side and gets the first down. The BHS, there's so many things to look at if you're a defensive team. You have a quarterback that can run the ball. He's big and strong. He can pass the ball somewhat effectively. And some fleet-footed wide receivers. One of them is 6'3", and Pat Osborne. He's wide left to wide left. McGill play action, looking for Osborne. McGill to the 40. He will tuck it in, out of bounds. And they were spotted in Golden West territory at the 47-48 yard line. Yeah, they definitely give you a lot of looks. Alamaki at tailback. Patrick Osborne at flanker. Mack is number 2, Osborne number 4. Bryce McGill, tailback number 5. Quarterback James McGill, number 13 for BHS. Don Kendrick, the fullback, number 14. Royce Jennings, number 20, to split in. Talk about the offensive lineman in a moment. Second down. McGill and the keeper. Good blocking up front. And to about the 40-yard line, another first down for BHS as they're just blowing TW off the line. Their offensive line at guards, Anton Chica, number 50. The center's Justin Smith, number 55. Raul Palomino, number 65, a guard. Robert Bergman, a sophomore, number 70. And also for the Drillers, tied in, we have Nick Ortiz, number 86. Ralph Lomas, number 77, at tackle. And a good push by the Drillers so far on this drive. McGill looking to throw. Plenty of time. And now he's rushed and thrown down. Kept the ball a little bit too long. Had 3 receivers going out. And a sack by Golden West. Derek Taylor, the defensive player of the year in the West Yosemite League, making the tackle for the Trailblazers, and a very big tackle. As McGill maybe kept it too long. It's 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Called 2nd and 15. Mackey, the single running back behind James McGill. Golden West showing blitz. Mackey hit in the backfield and dropped by Gooden. They guessed right. Mike Gooden, number 4. 6'2", 191 pounds. All the linebackers coming on the play, and they guessed perfectly. Engstrom, number 55, coming in. Bill West has a couple of players that go both ways, but a lot of guys rotate throughout the game. Okay, BHS with a 3rd long situation. 2 consecutive sacks by Golden West. 3rd and 18. Comes the rush. Inside, it's almost intercepted. Inside sprint intended for Bryce McGill, and almost picked off by number 75, Felix Ortega. He's 6'2", 266 pounds. And McGill, look at his receiver the entire way. So BHS was going well. Golden West dominated the last 3 plays. And they put tremendous pressure on James McGill. Punting time for the Drillers. Pat Osborne standing back at his own 36-yard line. Doing honors for the Drillers. They were 8-2 this year. They won 6 consecutive games. Golden West at 4-6. They won 4 out of 5. Osborne takes his time, barely gets it off, but a beautiful long punt. Hits at the 10-yard line. Bounds towards the end zone. It'll be down inside the 5 by the Drillers. They call for 2. Well, the Trailblazers almost blocked that punt by Pat Osborne. But it gets it off, and what a beauty it was. Left-footed punter. Going to be 1st and 10 for Golden West inside their 5, I think, at the 2-yard line. So the BHS defense looking to stop Golden West or come up with a turnover here. First and 10 for Golden West at their own 2. Inside Hanoff gets up to about the 4-yard line. The Drillers are up to the task. Good in the ball carrier. Number 4. Derek Taylor was selected Defensive Player of the Year in the West Yosemite League for Golden West. In the last 5 league games, he had 46 tackles, 14 for losses, and a couple of sacks. Other All-League selections, number 82, Chris Crawford. Number 3, Shane Costa. And number 54, and that is Jeremy Jansen. Complete over the middle to the tight end, 15-20-yard line, and dragged down at the 25. First and 10 for Golden West with a tackle by number 6, Timothy Diaz. So the Drillers left it wide open over the middle. The pass complete to Rob Crisp, the tight end for Golden West. First down for Golden West at their own 25. They get out of the shadow of their end zone. Quarterback to throw. Here comes the rush. The pass is... That's caught at midfield 50 to the 45-40. Dragged down by Diaz at the 42. That was a nice juggling catch by number 3, the outstanding wide receiver of Golden West, Shane Costa. Well, he found himself wide open. It looked like the pass was overthrown, but he just stayed in there, and he beat the BHS defense. Juggled it somewhat, stayed on his feet, and now they're deep into Driller territory at the 20-yard line. At quarterback Chris Forbes for Golden West. Costa with a long reception. He trips and falls down on his 28-yard line. Golden West on the move, 4:34 to play in the first quarter.
6 yards on the play. It'll be second down. Second and 16.
Second and 16 for the Trailblazers in Driller territory at the 27-yard line. Golden West has come out to play tonight. Senior running back behind number 17, Justin Owens, the 6'4" signal caller. There's a play action. Horizontal back to the crisp. Sidesteps to tackle it to the 25-20. Stansberry trying to bring him down, gets inside the 15-yard line. Dwayne Winters making the tackle for BHS. That play has worked effectively for Golden West a couple of times to crisp number 84. And he's eluding some arm tackles by the BHS defense. As Chris Forbes comes back in the game. 3:30 to play, no score in the first quarter. Golden West on the move. The receivers wide to the right. Forbes at quarterback. Looking to the right. Here comes the pressure. He will run it. Flags are down to the 10-yard line. And thrown out of bounds by Pat Osborne, number 4. Had a penalty against Golden West. Golden West got pumped up after a couple of sacks on quarterback James McGill of BHS. But a brilliant punt by Osborne at Golden West start their drive their own 2-yard line. They completed a couple of passes to Crisp, which got them out of that territory. This one brought them to the 20-yard line. Now the penalty, they're back to the 31. Long pass paid to Costa. The 3 pass plays that put them in BHS territory. They're back to the 31. It is 3rd down and long for the Trailblazers. Split backs. Justin Owens in their quarterback. Now rolling to his right. Sean Beach is on look. Fires it into the end zone. Double coverage. Incomplete. Looked like Chris should have had it. Double covered. The ball was in his hands. Nice throw by Owens. Could fire that ball. Threw it about 40 yards in the air. It'll be 4th down for the Trailblazers. Will they go for the field goal? Will they go for it? It's 4th down and 20. At the BHS 30, really too close to punt it. As Forbes comes back into the game. At Golden West comes up to the ball at 4th and 20. Split backs from the 31. BHS showing blitz. Dunlap picked up. Forbes throws it. Incomplete. As he was pressured, the ball intended for number 21, Dustin Young, thrown behind him. But they would have been well shy of the first down. BHS takes over. So both teams stopping each other. Here in the first quarter, 2:35 to play. A good stand by BHS after Golden West got to the 20-yard line. And back comes the Drillers. Osborne wide to the left. Along with Royce Jennings. Mackey to the outside. Great containment by Golden West, and they bring him down. Derek Taylor. Another tackle in the BHS backfield. No wonder why he was Defensive Player of the Year in the Western Assembly League. Number 51, 5'11", 245. Mackey duked inside, cut to the outside, and Golden West had three guys waiting for him. BHS, ball on the right hash mark at 2nd and 15, the losing yardage. Inside sprint to Osborne, now running to his right, looking for the opening. And they throw him down on the far side. Pat Osborne trying to run right to left, should I say left to right. Number 9 with a tackle, John Savage. But Golden West, I think Osborne will lose some yards there. So BHS trying a couple of flea flickers and to no avail against the Trailblazers. This was a pass left, and Osborne tries to come back right and pick up some blockers, but unfortunately, Golden West had the right kind of containment. So BHS in another 3rd and long situation, this time deep in their own territory. James McGill over the middle of the pass, incomplete, intended for Bryce McGill, slightly overthrown. He would have been shy of the first down, though, by about 3 yards. So Golden West forcing BHS to throw, which is something that drillers don't like to do. I mean, they don't mind throwing the ball, but they'd rather throw when it's 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 7 and not be forced to throw. And another punt for Pat Osborne. Pat Osborne from his own 10-yard line. Trailblazers coming. High punt. And fair catch by number 3, Shane Costa, who had a long reception for the Trailblazers. They're looking good here in the first quarter. Very good field position at their own 39-yard line. 1:14 to play in the first quarter. No score between the Drillers and the Trailblazers. And the Drillers, who had 62 points last week, and they went over West and scoring over 40 or so in most of the games in league, are in a battle here early in this game, in the first round of the playoffs. Forbes, 5'9" quarterback in there. Ball given to number 6, Antoine Jackson, second team, All-West Assembly League, up to about the 38-yard line. He's 5'11", 160. Stansberry, conversion on tackle on Aaron Brame, 33, a linebacker. Ingstrom, right guard. Mike Rodriguez, left guard. Right tackle, Andy Biggs. Center, Keith Garcia. Left tackle, Felix Ortega. And tied in Rob Christ for GW. The quarterback to throw. Long down the other side. Incomplete. Jen Costa had a fine reception earlier in this quarter. Dean was on the coverage for BHS. 29 seconds left in the first quarter, and no score between the Drillers and the Trailblazers. Offensively this year for BHS, 1,827 yards rushing, 1,017 passing, 2,844 yards in all. Defensively, they've only allowed 823 on the ground, 700 through the air, 1,523 total. So excellent differential by the BHS Drillers team of Tim Hartnett. Pass complete to Chris, up to about the 43-yard line. 44, tackled by Bryce McGill, number 5. That'll be shy of the first down. It'll be punting time for Golden West as they're in their own territory. Good defense by the Drillers. As we're about ready to start the second quarter. The clock is running here in the first period. Very fast moving first quarter. After one, it's BHS nothing and Golden West nothing from Griffith Field on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. Well, good first quarter. Both teams mounting drives, which came up short. What hurt Golden West was that penalty. Got down to the 20-yard line and had a run left, which gained about 4 or 5 yards by the quarterback because he got away from the rush. And they had a 15-yard penalty after that. And their drive seemed to stall. BHS looked good on their first drive. Then McGill went back to pass and was sacked 2 consecutive times. That brought up a punt by Pat Osborne, who really ringed it out to the 2-yard line, which Golden West took over. Golden West got out of their own territory. In fact, were able to get to the 20-yard line before I mentioned that penalty and their drive stalled. So actually, Golden West has been closer to BHS's goal than BHS, with Golden West actually reached the red zone. But nobody has tried a field goal, and that's about it. A very fast-moving first quarter. And Golden West will move right to left here in the second quarter from Griffith Field. At 4th and 3. Punt is towards Bryce McGill. Gets a couple of guys across the 30 to about the 34-yard line. The punt by number 27, Marcus Moran of Golden West. We have begun the second quarter of action from Griffith Field. The winner of this game plays the winner between Centennial and Mount Whitney High of Visalia. Redwood won the West Yosemite League with a record of 9-1. And they won a Valley title a couple of years ago, beating BHS in one of the playoffs. McGill straight up the middle to about the 40-yard line. Chavez with the tackle. Well, 2nd and 4 for BHS. Hallman wide to the right along with Pat Osborne. James McGill, a quarterback. The Drillers fakes a pitch. Now goes to his left. Look at that speed. Has a first down. Midfield 50. Just knocked out of bounds. James, number 13, was off to the races. Pushed out by John Savage, number 9 for Golden West. At his 1st and 10 for the Drillers. At a small seam to the left side. 11-12 to play in the first half. And no score between the Drillers and the Trailblazers. The Trailblazers uniforms looking so much like the Colorado Buffaloes, the University of Colorado from Boulder, Colorado. I like them black and gold. McGill looking this way. The pass complete to Osborne at a 45. To about the 39. And a good one-on-one tackle by number 27, Moran. He's only 5'9", 165. Osborne goes at about 6'3", 200. And Pat could not get by him. Pat, who has accepted a baseball scholarship to the University of Florida, unless he gets drafted very high in the baseball draft after his senior year. Had an awesome sophomore and junior season in baseball. Wide left. Bryce McGill, 40, 35-yard line. Good push by the BHS offensive line. Derek Taylor making another tackle, number 51, always in on the plays. First down for BHS. Jacob, Smith, Palomino, Bergman, and also Lomas and Ortiz for BHS, the men up front. McGill, James McGill this year with 338 yards on the ground, 946 through the air, 13 touchdowns passing, 5 rushing, 38 points. There's Bryce McGill inside of 30 to about the 26-yard line. Bryce looking good on this drive, number 5. Bryce McGill this year, who doubles as the defensive back, with 337 yards on the ground, a 6.1 average, and 4 touchdowns rushing. Alan Mackey began to play tailback in the Golden West game. Had over 100 yards rushing when BHS defeated Golden West 21-0. Bryce started playing more offensively the game prior to that against Centennial, or I think it was against Clovis. James McGill fakes a pitch, hit the backfield and drop. He faked the pitch to Bryce McGill going left. He turned right. The Trailblazers were there to meet him. Well, not much there for BHS. They haven't really been able to fool Golden West too much tonight. Okay, Pat Osborne to the near side. Jennings wide left. McGill. Bryce, the single running back behind James McGill. James rolling to his left. Now cuts upfield to the 20, 15, 10, to the end zone. And touchdown, BHS. I thought maybe he was knocked out of bounds. James is showing great explosiveness and acceleration as he turned the corner. Boy, did he smell an end zone. Once he got to the 15, he just darted into the end zone. So James McGill, who's had a solid year quarterback for BHS, he's improved his passing. He definitely is a good runner. In fact, prior to this year, he hadn't played quarterback since the 7th grade. And he does it there. The Drillers are on the scoreboard 4-6-0. Osborne's kick is a line drive wide to the right. Just didn't hit it well. 6-0 BHS, 9:14 to play here in the first half. As James McGill turns the corner and runs it in for BHS. The Drillers get on the scoreboard first. Will that missed extra point mean anything as this game progresses? It might. And just like that, the explosive ability of BHS lends itself to a touchdown. And you can stop them many plays, but they have the athletes in their team that are able to take it 30, 40, 50 yards at any time of the game. You think you have them stop, now they can bust it loose. And they have a quarterback that can run. Bryce McGill did a great job on the ground that series. And James on opening really turned it upfield well. Kickoff underway by Pat Osborne. Comes to Savage, across the 20, 25 to about the 27-yard line. Going to be 1st and 10 for Golden West, with 9:08 to play in the first half. They're down 6-0 to BHS. The Driller defense back on the field. DBs for the Drillers, number 2, Alan Mackey, number 5, Bryce McGill, Timothy Diaz, number 6, and Nick Johnson, number 24. The linebackers, number 33, Aaron Graham, Jeff Dunlap, number 42, Calvin Hosey, number 45. The DEs, 52, Christopher Chambers. Pass complete to Jackson, across the 20 to about the 23. McGill Winters over there. Wayne Winters, number 66, is a down lineman for BHS. The other defensive end, number 88, Jermaine McDermott, who had a number of sacks against Clovis in that victory. McDermott lining up on the right side. 2nd and 12 for Golden West. Single running back. Pass over the middle. Incomplete. Good hit by Bryce McGill on Crisp. And they have utilized that same play about 4 times tonight. And finally, B just stops it. As McGill just plows his way into the tight end. Really a very simple pass play. The tight end just goes out about 5 or 6 yards. But BHS have been leaving him open in the first quarter. I guess they're saying enough is enough. $8:27 to play. First half, 6-0 BHS. Golden West with 2 receivers to each side. The pass complete, flag down to number 2, Andrew Mitchell. The top receiver with 38 receptions this year, and all Western Seminole League standout. Monty had 2 guys in motion at the same time. We're in illegal formation. Illegal procedure against Golden West. That'll be 5 yards as their momentum has been slowed by that touchdown by James McGill, BHS. And a penalty declined by BHS.
Good team.
Fourth down, 4th and 12. Standing back deep for BHS, Bryce McGill and Pat Osborne at their own 42-yard line. No rush by the Drillers. Ball is kicked away from Osborne, but out comes right to him. Hit the ground at the 48, bounced right to Pat, and he had to pick it up. And he is down inside his 45, so good field position for BHS in their own territory.
Ball's on the 43-yard line. It'll be first and
The
10.
Drillers would like to get another score before the end of the first half. Against this Golden West defense, 7:55 to play. Jennings wide right. Kendrick in there at fullback with Al Mackey. McGill to throw, the pass complete to Jennings. Tries a turn move, hit and dropped immediately. It didn't fool Moran, number 27, as he saw it coming all the way. Gain of about a couple of yards, maybe. Now 2nd and 8 for BHS at their own 45-yard line. James McGill comes back to the huddle. Alvin lined up, slot right. Pitch back, Alan Mackey. Nice move, looking to dip through there. 45-42, first down. Good blocking up front by the BHS Drillers. Fine running by Alan Mackey, number 2. A 13-yard pickup for number 2. And a first down situation for BHS at the Golden West 42-yard line. Bryce McGill back in the game. So Bryce and Allen, they both play defensive starters, kind of alternate at tailback for BHS. Kendrick blocking. Bryce McGill with the ball. Look at him burst through. 35-30. He's got to go the distance. Touchdown, BHS. A BHS power and speed beginning to show here in the second quarter against Golden West. The offensive line and Kendrick up front. Pitch back to Bryce McGill. He had an opening. He just burst into the open, exploded. So James and Bryce with a couple of touchdowns. That was 42 yards. James McGill, quarterback. Rolling out to his right, looking into the end zone. He'll be sacked back at the 15. So the two-point conversion is no good. Taylor, number 51, on the attack for Golden West. As BHS 12, Golden West nothing, with 6:50 to play in the first half.
Change the battery.
Do that.
So James McGill has one of over 30 yards. Bryce comes back with a 42-yard touchdown. You're talking about power and speed. BHS runners have an opening. They get it done. You can be in the right position defensively, but sometimes you just can't get there. The BHS has to work on their extra points. 6:50 to play. Here in the second quarter, BHS both touchdowns coming here in the second period. They lead at 12-0. Pat Osborne will be kicking off for the Drillers. Kick to just about to the end zone. Taken out by number 21, Justin Young. Across the 20-yard line. So BHS special teams doing a good job. Not allowing him to run it out. 1st and 10 for Golden West at their own 22-yard line. So the Drillers get that second score before the first half. Maybe they'll try for 3. 6:44 to play. Shane Costa. Dustin Young. Wide left for Golden West. Ball on the right hash mark. BHS almost jumps. Screen pass is complete. Now the back for the number 3, Shane Costa. He's across the 25 to about the 27. Bryce McGill, the man who does it all, has a 42-yard touchdown run and a very good defensive player. Make the tackle there. Him with only 3 yards, 2nd and 7. Bryce and Al Mack were used extensively on the defense early in the year. Now they're doing the job offensively. The pass thrown and complete Closest man to us, number 13 for BHS, James McGill. So James coming in there, playing some defense for BHS. The Drillers do have quite a few guys that play both ways. Now, they don't play every down both ways. We have like Al Mackey and Bryce McGill and players like that who contribute on both sides of the ball. James, almost 1,000 yards passing this year, but an excellent percentage. 46 of 69, 13 touchdowns, running about 350 yards and 5 touchdowns. James in there at DB, number 13, on with Pat Osborne and Mackey and McGill. Forbes to run it, 30-yard line, has the first down and more. To about the 37. The small of the quarterbacks, Chris Forbes, doing a great job getting away from the rush and garnering the first down for Golden West. As Justin Owens, number 17, comes back to the game. This team rotates their quarterbacks on every play. Owens 17 is the 6'4 quarterback. Forbes is the 5'9 quarterback. So they give the defense different looks. 5:38 to play. Walking to the outside 40, midfield 50, thrown out of bounds. Jermaine McDermott.
Right here! Senior goes right here!
Getting a hold of the ball carrier, Costa for Golden West, and throwing him to the turf. .5:11 to play in the first half. It's BHS 12 and Golden West nothing. As we have a timeout on the field. Timeout Trailblazers, BHS 12 and Golden West nothing. As Andy Thornburg will have a word with his offense. They're still inside their own territory. BHS scoring twice tonight. An outstanding run by James McGill, the quarterback. Went left, turned the corner. He just exploded inside the left sideline. Bryce McGill comes back in the following series. Good blocking up front. Kindred in front of him. And he, like James, saw an opening. And did he smell the end zone? One thing about these BHS runners, when they have an opening, they really burst. They really accelerate. What it's all about. And this is the Prep Football Game of the Week on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. Golden West back up to the ball, second down, 2nd and 3 for the Trailblazers. At the right hash mark. There's reverse. Coming to Costa, has a blocking, 40-yard line. Johnson's blocked out of the play, and he's taken down by Bryce McGill. Good tackle by number 5, Bryce. First down for Shane Costa and the Golden West Trailblazers. As McGill has had to bust through a couple of blockers for Golden West and knock Costa out of bounds. Nick Johnson, number 24, is knocked out of the play. And now playing right corner for BHS is number 22, Larry Montano. He's only 5'6", 140 pounds. He is also back in there, along with Mackey and Bryce McGill. Quarterback to throw the pass is incomplete. Intended for Andrew Mitchell. He did a juggling act, but it slipped free.
1856.
And then momentarily for BHS number 7, Freddie Herrera. Sophomore defensive back at 5'8". 4:46 to play in the first half, 12-0 BHS. Golden West from the near side. And the draw play. Jackson across the 45 to about the 43. BHS containing very well defensively. Dwayne Winters, number 66, holding his ground for the Drillers. 6'2", 252-pound senior. Raymond Stansbury, 6'1", is 6'5", 295. Those at 45, the defensive end for BHS, 6'3", 228. Play action, a pass complete to Crisp to the 40-yard line. And great tackle on the far side by James McGill. One-on-one just brought him down. James coming on that play to play defense as BHS continues to rotate their DBs. McGill is strong at 210. If the receiver gets by him, he has a lot of real estate in front of him. The BHS is blessed with a lot of interchangeable athletes. They're able to perform a couple of plays in defense, go out, give somebody else a chance out there, and rest. They have the depth to do that. Jackson in motion. Quarterback keeper. Golden West may have the first down at the 3:13 mark of the first half. First and 10 for the Trailblazers at the BHS 37-yard line. First and 10 for Golden West. Number 17, Justin Owens, back in our quarterback, as he talks to his team in the huddle. Diaz and Herrera lining up as DBs for the Drillers. Shotgun formation. Owens, flag is down, fires it towards the end zone. Great coverage by Herrera, as he is behind Andrew Mitchell. It might be holding against Golden West. And the penalty is against the Trailblazers with 2:38 to play in the first half. 12-0 BHS. Aaron Graham, 33, looking to the sidelines for the defensive lineman for the Drillers. Osborne and James McGill back in there at 2nd and 10. They provide some size, both at 6'3". Extra DBs for the Drillers. Forbes, the quarterback, rolls to his right, gets away from the rush to the 40. Puts his head down to about the 30-yard line. He's a tough little guy. They'll be shy of the first down, but he definitely shows a lot of guts, a lot of character, number 12. A very exciting player. It'll be 2nd and short, well, 3rd and short. 2:10 to play in the first half. Owens back in there, QB for Golden West. Wide left for the Trailblazers, number 21, Dustin Young. Jackson, a ball carrier, slips inside the 25 to about the 21. 1st and 10, Golden West. Bryce McGill making the tackle, but not before the Trailblazers pick up a first down. At 1:50 to play in the first half, they definitely want to get on the scoreboard. And if they do, they're back in the ball game. Being down 12-0 is not bad either. Slot left, Shane Costa, number 3. He's in motion. Jackson, the single running back. He's got the ball. Push between the tackles to about the 15-yard line. Calvin Hosey, number 45, making the tackle for BHS. Tim Hartnett's crew. Andy Thornburg, the coach for Golden West. As we have a timeout on the field, it's the Blazers and the Drillers from Griffith Field on the campus of Bakersfield High School in the first round of the Yosemite Division football playoffs. The Drillers won another Valley championship. And for BHS, they haven't won in a while. They dominated the Valley in the early 90s, and it has Steve Wofford. They make the playoffs every year. And tonight, playing on their home field. Talked about their defensive stats for the Drillers this year. They'd only allowed 823 yards on the ground, 700 through the air, 1,523 yards in total, 88 points. They had scored 279 points, 1,800 plus on the ground, 1,000 through the air, 2,800. Second down for Golden West. Owens. Looking toward the end zone. Flips it. Man open. Incomplete. To number 21. Dustin Young. The Golden West contingent in front of us. Probably yelling for face guarding on Bryce McGill, number 5, as he was turned around. That ball could have been caught, but it wasn't. It's third down. .17 to play. Third down, 3rd and 6 for Golden West. Split backs. Behind Chris Forbes. To a drop back. Fires it high to the end zone. There's a man there. Flag is down. Touchdown, Golden West. Andrew Mitchell followed the ball all the way with coverage by Bryce McGill. Mitchell with a touchdown. I think it was holding or defensive interference against McGill. Yes, indeed. It is declined. Touchdown, Golden West. And a beautiful pass from Forbes to Mitchell. Lofted it high in the air as Mitchell beat Bryce McGill on the play. They're back in the ball game. Number 9, John Savage, attempting the PAT. It is 12-6. Talk about the fact that the two quarterbacks could throw 1,600 yards, 16 touchdowns coming in. PAT is up, and it is good. And Golden West scores before the end of the first half. BHS 12, Golden West 7. 1:10 to play in the second quarter from Griffith Field. So we definitely have a ball game. That will pump up the Trailblazers going into the locker room. And as long as they can stop BHS on this ensuing drive. And you can see why Mitchell is an all-West Assembly League pick as a wide receiver, as he followed that ball very well. And BHS unsuccessful on 2 PAT attempts, only has a 5-point lead. So all 3 touchdowns have come here in the second quarter tonight. BHS scoring the first 2. They squib it out. Bryce McGill picks it up at the 10-yard line and runs it out across the 20-yard line. Noted for BHS wanted to pick up the ball, including Bryce McGill. Took his time, went back to retrieve it. Was hoping that the coverage would overrun him, but to no avail. First and 10 for the Drillers at their own 21-yard line. 1:03 to play in the first half. And the Golden West faithful pumped up. Pitch back Bryce McGill. Cuts back 25, 26, and thrown down. Chris Crawford, defensive end, 6'3", 202, all West Yosemite League on the tackle. And received some assistance from some of his friends. Timeout BHS. We've had most of our timeouts called within the last 5 minutes of the game tonight. 54 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter. As the BHS coaches talk things over with the offense. It'll be 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7 for the Drillers. As now our Time Warner cameras catching some of the fans of Golden West as they have picked up their intensity the last a couple of minutes after Golden West scored. They have a couple of outstanding quarterbacks that do a great job in rotation and can put the ball in the air. They got those guys excited. James McGill throw, now rolling to his left. Coverage breaks down. Runs to the 25, 30 down the sideline. Stays on his feet across the 40, 45 out of bounds to the 50. And James will have a personal foul called against him after he went out of bounds in front of the Golden West bench inside of 50. He kind of did a little dance to the fans of Golden West, and the official immediately called a personal against him. Whether you call that unsportsmanlike or showing up the opponent, it's kind of a silly play. James made a great run to get inside midfield, and that cost him 15 yards. He was a little overzealous with his emotion after the run. And now BHS finds himself back in their own 38-yard line, instead of in Golden West territory. James to throw from the 30, good protection. Drives it out, knocked away at the last moment by Shane Costa, number 3. Bryce McGill was open, but the ball hung in the air a little bit too long. Costa comes over and knocks it down, free safety. So Shane showing his wares on offense and defense tonight. In all West Assembly pick, Shane Costa. If I was BHS, I wouldn't be showboating too much yet, if at all. It's only a 12-7 game. Golden West is starting to believe. Starting to believe. They haven't already. McGill throwing it. Has a wide open man, incomplete. Thomas Howman had about 4 yards on the DB, but the pass is overthrown. Coverage for Golden West, Jeff Short. And he was short on that coverage, and he was very fortunate. 32 seconds to play in the first half. 12-7 in favor of BHS. Drills have had a long run by James McGill, one by Bryce McGill. They haven't necessarily been that consistent offensively tonight. They're always able to come up with those big plays, though. And you think you have them stop, you have the athletes that can come through. And now movement on the BHS offensive line. That'll cost them 5 yards. So the Drillers losing their concentration just a little bit here. And a lot of going on the second quarter after Golden West scored. And this is the kind of situation BHS was faced with early in the game, 3rd and long. Definitely passing situations. McGill will throw, now he's going to run it. They string him out well, and they'll bring him down on the far side. James picked up 5 or 6 yards. Not before Golden West brought him down. Chris Crawford bringing him down from behind. Jackson, 4th down for BHS. So they cover the wideouts very well. Remember, the Drillers had a receiver wide open, but McGill missed him. And it's 4th down punting time for BHS. Pat Osborne inside his 30-yard line. 24 seconds to play here in the first half. 12-7 BHS. The Golden West with a man back at his 20. And a high snap over Osborne's head. He picks it up. Now he runs to his left. He gets it off, but it's a very short punt off the side of his foot. And what could be a very critical mistake by BHS. We'll see if it costs them. The Drillers had an offensive lineman that moved too early. They had a wide receiver that was open. They missed him. Then the snap was over Osborne's head. And Pat, being an outstanding athlete, was able to pick it up, roll to his left, and try to punt it on the run, but it didn't go too far. So Golden West has it inside the BHS 25 to the 24. 17 seconds to play in the first half. Well, that mistake cost BHS. They've had a poor last part of the second quarter. Quarterback is thrown to the end zone. Double coverage. Incomplete. And here comes a flag. Double coverage by the Drillers. The intended receiver, Andrew Mitchell. I don't know if it's against the offense or the defense. I was kind of blocked out. And they call interference against BHS. Double coverage on Mitchell. The second time BHS has had a pass interference and the ball was thrown that way. But the other time the ball was caught for a touchdown. And we will see where they line it up. 11 seconds to play here in the first half. The ball to the 12-yard line for Golden West. First down after the pass interference against the Drillers. One up two receivers to each side. Forbes at quarterback. Graham taking the blitz. Pass over the middle. Knocked up in the air. Incomplete. Intended for Crisp. Six seconds to play in the first half. This is the Prep Football Game of the Week on CNNSI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
Holiday Ford Lincoln Mercury is clearing out the 98s. Now we have $1,000 cash back, plus 0.9% financing on Escorts, Contours, Mystiques, Tracers, and Rangers. Now that's real savings. How about a red carpet lease on a new 98 Explorer? Come in and buy one, and the first payment up to $500 is on us. Don't make a wrong turn. Make the turn for Lerdo Highway in Shafter. We're easy to get to from both the 5 and 99 freeways. Say habla español.
Come to Holiday.
Well, BHS scored first tonight on a 30-yard run by James Miggle, the quarterback at the 9:14 mark of the second quarter. Both teams moved the ball somewhat in the first quarter, but their drives bogged down. Bryce Miggle came back with a brilliant run running left with a block from Kindreds and the offensive line of BHS as they exploded to the open. 42 yards away, BHS led at 12-0. Then Golden West came back as Chris Forbes, one of their two quarterbacks, hit Andrew Mitchell, their All-Western Central League receiver, for a touchdown on the left side of the end zone. Their PAT was good. Now BHS missed their first two PAT attempts, one on a kick, the other one on a two-point try. So it was 12-7. The last couple of minutes, very unusual, as Pat Osborne standing back to punt. The ball snapped over his head, goes back to retrieve it at his own 5-yard line, runs to his left, tries to punt it, but kicks it out of bounds. Golden West recovers at the BHS 25. And on the final play of the first half, Golden West lines up for a 30-yard field goal. It's blocked by Bryce McGill, and everybody was scrambling for the ball. Finally, BHS fell on it to have the Golden West 45 as time expired. And wow, what a first half. What a tremendous first two periods for Bryce McGill. Has a long touchdown run, has made a number of tackles in the BHS defensive backfield. Blocks the kick there. He has to be the outstanding player of the game tonight for BHS. But Golden West, given the drill, is all it can handle. With the score, BHS 12, Golden West 7 at the half. Now let's enjoy the exploits of the BHS Driller Band.
Holiday Ford Lincoln Mercury is clearing out the 98s. Now we have $1,000 cash back, plus 0.9% financing on Escorts, Contours, Mystiques, Tracers, and Rangers. Now that's real savings. How about a red carpet lease on a new 98 Explorer? Come in and buy one, and the first payment up to $500 is on us. Don't make a wrong turn. Make the turn for Lerdo Highway in Shafter. We're easy to get to from both the 5 and 99 freeways. Say habla español.
Come to Holiday!
Over the last 60 years, Chan Younger has helped thousands of accident victims. Oil field work is some of the most dangerous work around. Many people are seriously injured or killed as a result of faulty equipment and poor safety training. We didn't want this to continue, so we fought until changes in oil field safety were made. Accidents still happen, and when they do, we'll be there for you.
Has this ever happened to one of your favorite tapes? How about this? Parts of this tape are damaged forever. Before this happens to your favorite video or home movie, call Time Warner Productions. Time Warner Productions specializes in quality duplications, foreign conversions, and repairs. So before your favorite video cassette becomes your pet's next meal, preserve it by calling Time Warner Productions and get it duplicated. Call 322-1941.
At halftime is BHS 12 and Golden West 7. A very highly contested game played here tonight at Griffith Field on the campus of Bakersfield High School. In the first round of the 7th Division football playoffs, BHS will receive the kick to start the third quarter. And Golden West had a chance to creep even closer to BHS, if not go ahead. After that center snap sailed over the head of Pat Osborne, the punter for BHS, went over his head, went back to retrieve it inside his 10, ran to his left, tried to punt it on the run. It went out of bounds, deep in BHS territory, as Clovis West took over. Should I say Golden West took over at the 25-yard line. On the final play of the first half, Bryce McGill blocked an attempted 30-yard field goal. Looked like the Drills might have a chance to pluck the ball out of the air after the block. But a lot of people have their hands on the ball, and at football, that pigskin just seemed to slip out of the hands of everybody, BHS or Golden West, and practically all the players on both sides fell on the ball at midfield or the 45-yard line. So BHS survives and leads by 5 at the half, after scoring the first 2 touchdowns of the game. Chris Forbes hit Andrew Mitchell with 1:10 to play, and the first half for Golden West only score. Short kickoff comes to Dunlap across the 30 to about the 33 for BHS. Dunlap, one of the linebackers for the Drillers on the kickoff team. And only a 5-point lead for BHS, somewhat unusual. They've been blowing everybody out of late. The last close game was when they lost to Centennial. They beat Golden West 21-0 midway through the season. But tonight's a different story. Al Mackey running wide left. They contain him. He's able to spin his way free momentarily across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Mackey has not carried the ball that much tonight. Again, 4 yards by Al Mackey. 2nd and 6 for BHS as they move left to right across the TV style. Head off to Kindred. Pulls his way across the 40 to the 41. And now we have a flag, possibly a face mask against Golden West. At least I think that's what the officials ruled. Yes, it is. As Kindred trying to break free. And that is a big 15-yarder. I guess they consider it flagrant. A major blow against the Trailblazers. And 15 big yards for BHS. As the Drillers are inside Golden West territory at the 44-yard line. Osborne wide to the right for BHS. McGill, Al Mackey. Hit hard in the backfield and dropped. Great pursuit by number 33 of the Trailblazers, Josh Costa, linebacker. Shane Costa, number 3, plays some free safety. Mike Gooden, also safety. John Savage, we've heard of him. Caceres, linebacker, 14. Jeff Short, 22 at corner. Marcus Moran, number 27, plays in corner. Josh Costa, linebacker. Josh Green, number 45, a Rover. James McGill rolling to his right. Here comes the rush. His pass complete to Kindred. Thrown down at the 38-yard line by Shane Costa. .10:18 to play here in the third quarter. 3rd down, 3rd and 6. But James McGill's play action fakes are not fooling the Trailblazers defense. Beach just having trouble mounting a consistent drive. 3rd down, pitch back Al Mackey, pitch behind him. And he is hit and dropped at the line of scrimmage, and the flag is down. Boy, Shane Costa is an excellent player for Golden West, holding against BHS. He was in the backfield. He slowed up that play and helped the other GW defenders just kind of contain and throw the running back to the ground. The penalty against the Drillers. Barely got back to the line of scrimmage anyway. holding against BHS. Golden West will take the penalty to drive BHS back in their own territory at the 47-yard line. 3rd and 20. And once again, a situation that BHS does not like to be in. Anytime you're 3rd and 15 or longer in the BHS, you know it's a passing situation. That hurt them early in the game. Hurt them late in the second quarter. Now they are here at 3rd and 20. McGill to pass from the 40-yard line. The ball is incomplete. No flag. Royce Jennings going after it was tripped up. But I guess the official thought that he didn't have a chance to catch the ball. He was right in front of the Golden West bench. Incomplete. 4th down for the Drillers. I don't know. I'd have to have another look at that one. Maybe it's incidental contact. But generally, the Drillers like to throw the ball just to kind of open up the defense. They don't like to be in positions where they have to throw the ball. That's when you take them out of their game. As Osborne to punt from his own 30-yard line. Let's watch the center snap. This one's low. Pat gets it off. Line drive. Kicks it out of bounds. Great punt, the second. Good one by Pat tonight. John Savage, the closest Trailblazers to the ball. The Trailblazers back deep in their own territory. 9:29 to play in the third quarter, 12-7 BHS. But Golden West started one drive their own 2-yard line. We're able to get it to the BHS 20. Before that drive bogged down, and a penalty had a lot to do with it. I tell you, penalties in this game have hurt each team. Really slow you down on a drive when you're going well. Oh, what a hit. Is that Graham? Aaron Graham, 33, with a great stick for BHS. He wants to play some college football. One of the best pops of the night we've seen. He's been watching some film. That'll be 2nd and 10 for Golden West. 2nd and 10, 9 minutes of play in the third quarter. Wide to left, Dustin Young, number 21. And second running back behind Justin Owens, the quarterback. Pass over to the middle, incomplete. Now it's intercepted by James McGill at the 15. The ball pops straight up in the air. McGill with a diving INT, and BHS is in business. James comes in for 1 and 2 defensive plays here and there. Was in the right spot at the right time. That's the second time tonight that a ball's been popped into the air. Well, a great opportunity for BHS to come up with a pick. And they do it right there. Let's see if they can take advantage of it. Ball in the middle of the field. James McGill pitch back, Alan Mackey. Cuts back. That Golden West closes very quickly as it gets inside of 15 to about the 13-yard line. The BHS, 2nd down at the 12-yard line, Golden West territory. Call it 2nd and 7. Kindred up the middle. Powers his way inside the 10. Kindred, the fullback, number 14 for BHS. With 3rd and shorts, Derek Taylor conversing on the tackle, number 51. Or Golden West. Amth Ortega. 3rd and 3 for the Drillers. Osborne at number 20. Royce Jennings to the right. Kindred in the slot. McGill, the keeper, takes it to the goal line. Touchdown, BHS. James McGill showing the power that he has. Besides the excellent speed at 6'3", 210. Just carrying tacklers with him. The quarterback keeper. Well, James really made that touchdown possible. Coming in and playing defensive back, made a nice interception at the 15 to set up the series for BHS. Then he scores on the quarterback keeper from the 7-yard line. They drag tacklers the final 3 yards. BHS going for 2. It's 18-7. Pitch back to Bryce McGill. Tries to cut inside. In for 2 points. So this time on a third try, BHS is successful. Bryce McGill, the 2-point conversion. After the touchdown by James, and it's 20-7 in favor of BHS. 7:33 to play in the third. James and Bryce McGill. Bryce has also scored a touchdown tonight. BHS has more of a cushion now. All of a sudden, the score 20-7. We talked about how the Drillers can attack so quickly. This time, the defense sets up the score, which they've done a lot this year. You know, the offense gets credit for scoring 279 points, but BHS has had one of the best defenses in the area. They've scored on interception returns, punt returns, and the defense setting up the offense with great field position. Ball's kicked off to John Savage. He barely gets up to the 17-yard line. Great coverage by the Drillers. Cameron Campbell, 89, making the tackle for BHS. As they lead now by 13 at 20-7 over Golden West.
Let's go, Blazers!
Mike Gooden and Jackson in there, running back for the Trailblazers. Forbes to Jackson. He's up to about the 19. Raymond Stansbury kind of throwing him down, dragging him down to the turf, number 61. Wallace Winter, 66.
Let's go, Blazers, let's go!
That'll be BHS defense. 7 minutes to play, 2nd down and 9 for Golden West. And the Golden West crowd has quieted down just a bit after that wild, frenzy finish to the first half. Owens to throw, has a man open momentarily. Knocked loose by number 2 for BHS, Alan Mackey. As the ball hung in the air a little bit too long, Mitchell was open. But the ball seemed to float out there. It gave time for Mackey to come up and knock it away at the last moment. 3rd and 9 for Golden West. Forbes back in there, QB number 12. And definitely a passing situation for the Trailblazers. BHS with Mackey, Diaz, Johnson, and McGill. Bryce in the defensive backfield as James and Pat have exited. On 3rd and 9. Wide formation. Here comes Jermaine McDermott. Hello! Jermaine McDermott from the right side with his first sack tonight. Forbes looked right, looked left. In his face was Jermaine. Jermaine had 3 sacks in the 4th quarter against Clovis. That victory earlier in the year for BHS. And now he gets his name in lights. I don't think anybody even touched him. Or he just ran over the offensive blocker. 4th down for the Trailblazers. BHS should get excellent field position as the defense is beginning to come alive with 6 minutes to play in the third. A flag is down. A short punt goes out of bounds inside the 42-yard line of Golden West, right at the Drillers sideline. We'll see what the flag is all about. 20-7 in favor of BHS over the Trailblazers. Legal procedure against Golden West. He's just trying to figure out whether they should take the penalty or just take the first down. I think they'll decline it. Yes, they do. They have excellent field position in Golden West territory at the 42-yard line. No reason to give the Trailblazers another shot at a first down or another chance to punt the ball. Take it right there. Let's get the football. So last BHS touchdown was set up by the interception by James McGill at Golden West 15. And momentarily, BHS has momentum. Bryce McGill to the 40-yard line, 35. Look at that speed, 25, and down to the 22. Would have never thought that Bryce McGill was playing defense tonight. Every time he has run the ball, he has shown great explosiveness and acceleration. Covering wide receivers downfield, making some good hits. Blocked an attempted field goal attempt. Scored a touchdown, a 2-point conversion. 1st and 10. Bryce on a counter move to the right. Dragged down by number 54, Jeremy Jansen of Golden West. Offensive line fake left, went back right. Short gain to the 19-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Drillers if they would like to keep the ball on the ground and use up some of the clock. Diaz comes in for Bryce McGill. His number 6 at tailback. 5'8", 160, a senior. With the starting running back at the beginning of the year. James McGill will throw. Here comes the rush. James trying to get away to the 30-yard line. Now down the sidelines, 25, 20, pushed out of bounds. All right, to bring down James McGill one-on-one. Besides having excellent speed, he is strong. He shed a tackler going to his right, reversed his field, went in the other direction. Was able to get to the 15-yard line. Very short gain while he ran a substantial amount of yardage right to left. Allman back in the game for Royce Jennings for BHS. Pat Osborne comes to this side, 4-5-1 to play in the 3rd. Slot right, John Kindred. Bryce McGill in the backfield behind James McGill. A 3rd and 5. James, good protection, fires it. Picked up on number 45 of Golden West at the 15-yard line. Down the other side, James makes a tackle. Josh Green with a pickoff. As it looked like James McGill threw into a crowd. And that thwarts that drive by BHS. Let's see if Golden West is picked up. By the turnover, they start their own 17-yard line. 1st and 10, so BHS definitely in field goal range, comes up with nothing. After that interception. First and 10 for the Trailblazers with 4:35 to play in the 3rd. They're down 20-7. Justin Owens, number 17, a quarterback. There's a play action. Looking right. Lofts it high in the air. Incomplete. Hosey on the coverage. Guarding Chrisman, number 84. And Calvin was with him all the way. Very good coverage by the outside linebacker for BHS. Forbes, number 12, comes back in for Golden West as they rotate quarterbacks on every play. Andy Thornburg, the head coach of the Trailblazers, and Tim Hartnett, the head man for BHS. He was a longtime assistant to Pat Preston and took over the job last year. 4:29 to play in the 3rd. Pitch back to Jackson. To the 20, he loses a tackle. Brought down by Johnson at the 25. Nice tackle. Graham McDermott were there in case he decided to go farther. And it's James McGill and Pat Osborne come back to the game defensively for BHS. Down lap 42. And number 52 for the Drillers exits. That will be Christopher Chambers, linebacker and defensive end. 3rd and long, 3rd and short, I say 3rd and 3. Osborne and James McGill, a deep man for BHS. Pass complete to Chris, short game. Thrown down by Bryce McGill and company. His forward progress at the 29 should be a first down for Golden West. It is a first down. They push him back about 6 or 7 yards. 3:37 on the clock in the third quarter, and 20-7 in favor of BHS. Golden West moving rather slowly on this drive. They're not picking up yardage in a hurry, down by 13. Dustin Young wide to the left, covered by Johnson. Forbes on the keeper. I don't know if he missed a running back on the stray handoff and had to eat it, or it was a keeper. Maybe gains about a yard, 2nd and 9. The ball's at the 30-yard line in Golden West territory. Winters, McDermott, Stansbury, Hosey, Graham, Bryce McGill, Nick Johnson, James McGill, Pat Osborne, and Mackey, defensively for BHS. Those looped out to Jackson to the 30-yard line. Got hit by 3 BHS players, fumbles. Maybe a foul against BHS on a high hit, possibly a face mask, although I think it was unintentional. And that was on the initial hit by the Drillers before the 3 BHS players put the Golden West player down. Maybe it was against the offense, I don't know. But it was happening right in front of me. I think the official, good call, good non-call. I think the official had a good vantage point to call that play. The running back was hit rather high unintentionally by a BHS player. He got away from that defender. And he was tackled by 3 others, but the official that called the penalty initially was about 20 yards away. And I actually had a better vantage point. Seemed to be unintentional all the way. 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Forbes to throw. And a pass complete. First down to number 3, Shane Costa. He drilled that into the defensive secondary. Forbes with 5'9", 160. But he is a gutsy little quarterback, and he has a great arm. Very tough kid. Been impressed with him. 2 minutes to play in the third, 20-7 in favor of BHS. Right left, Andrew Mitchell. Crisp in the slot. Owens to throw. Lost it high. Incomplete. The attempt for Andrew Mitchell. Johnson on a coverage for BHS, number 24. Mitchell 6'3". And the only guys that can match up with him height-wise are James McGill and Pat Osborne defensively. They're right at 6'3". 2nd and 10 for Golden West. Young wide to the left. Freddie Herrera guarding him 1-on-1 for BHS. 1:44 to play in the third. And movement on the offensive line for Golden West. DBs for BHS. Al Mackey left corner, right corner. Momentarily was Herrera. McGill, Bryce McGill back there. Now Kay has entered the game. Clint Kay for BHS, number 7. Paula Jackson on the draw. Gets away from the initial push across the 40 to about the 43-yard line. That was Clint Kay, number 7. I have 2 number 7s for BHS. Kay was in the right corner. On the left side. 2nd and 11. Well, 3rd and 11 for Golden West at their own 43-yard line. On to throw, lofts it up high. Knocked out of bounds. Great job by Bryce McGill, number 5. The pass intended for number 3, Shane Costa. The Golden West quarterbacks loft up a lot of passes high in the air. They don't throw too many of them on the line, but they have a 6'3" wide receiver. And they throw a lot of the passes that way. Just kind of hope that the receiver can out-jump the defenders. All the balls appear to be up for grabs. 12:05 to play in the third. 20-7 in favor of BHS. They'll get the ball back. Around a punt. And kicks it off the side of his foot. I don't know if he'll get credit for 1 or 2 yards there. Depends on where it goes out of bounds. Now the ball's at their own 42-yard line. Now let's see. I think that was minus yardage. I think he gets about -1 or -2 yards on a punt. I've never seen that. -1 or 2 yards on that punt, and BHS has it at the Golden West 40-yard line. Wow. James McGill picks back Alan Mackey to the right side. Swung out by Golden West, and he goes down. He'll lose a couple of yards. Crawford making the tackle for Golden West. The Trailblazers have done a great job stringing out the sweeps for BHS. BHS has done better when they've gone wide than they've cut back against the grain. While they're trying to go wide against Golden West, they've been cut down. And Mackey has not had a big game tonight for the Drillers. Bryce McGill and James McGill have had big numbers. And now a flag is down. Mackey, the single running back behind James McGill. As the ball's at the 43-yard line in Golden West territory. 18 seconds to play in the third quarter. A 5-yard penalty against BHS. This is not the time to lose your concentration. I think the Drillers lined up improperly. Second and 17 for BHS in midfield. McGill and Mackey. Hit and dropped at the 49-yard line. Chris Crawford, number 82. Got to give credit to Golden West. They've hung in there defensively. They've given up a few big plays, but they've been very tough on the other downs. After 3 quarters from Griffith Field on the campus of Bakersfield High School, it's BHS 20 and Golden West 7. And you're watching the Prep Football Game of the Week on CNN-SI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
Always get the names and addresses of witnesses. Don't rely on busy police to do this for you. If injured, be sure to have a medical examination. Talk to an experienced lawyer before you talk to the insurance adjusters. If you'd like to know more, call or come by Chain Younger today and pick up your copy of the accident guide.
Chain Younger. When you need us, we'll be there. We have been for over 60 years.
McGill to pitch out to Al Mack around the right side. Inside the 10 to about the 5 after the reception and first down by Pat Osborne. So the Drillers lead at 20-7 and looking for more with 11:30 to play in a ball game. Get his first round matchup in the Summit Division playoffs. If the Drillers win tonight, and Centennial wins, next week's game will be at Centennial. If Mount Whitney wins, the Drillers will probably be right here next week. The timeout for BHS. As they're knocking on the door of Golden West territory here in the beginning of the fourth quarter. The Drillers lead by 13 and wanting more. Osborne with the reception. Made a couple of moves on the defensive back. Finally thrown down as he went left, went right, went left. That was pushed out of bounds by 3 defenders for Golden West. The Golden West talking things over. 12-7 at the half. Golden West scoring with 1:10 to play in the second quarter. On a pass from Forbes to Andrew Mitchell. Lofty pass on the left sideline. PET was good. And after the bad punt the bad snap that fell over the head of Pat Osborne, his subsequently bad punt on the run, Golden West had a chance to score a touchdown to get the field goal and came up empty. McGill on the keeper. Gets to about the 8-yard line in Golden West territory. That definitely was a key play of the ball game there on that blocked field goal attempt by Bryce McGill. It could have been 12-10 with Golden West scoring 10 points in about the last minute. Instead, the blocked field goal, I think, kind of gave momentum back to BHS. And after an interception by James McGill at the Golden West 15, BHS scored the only touchdown in the second half. Golden West had an interception deep. Pitch back to Al Mackey, cuts inside the 5, into the end zone, touchdown, BHS!
Let's go, give me that.
Al Mackey gets on the scoreboard. 8 yards away. And BHS scores point number 26 tonight. It is now 26-7 Drillers. Good blocking up front by BHS. Golden West did string the play out. And Mackey made a nice cutback. And showed his speed as he danced into the end zone. The penalty marked off against the Drillers. I guess these officials don't like it if you celebrate after a score at all. They seem like they have really come down on that this year. And college and also in high school. Maybe it's a new ruling. Pat Osborne trying a 25-yard PAT attempt. Actually, it's a 35-yarder. It's long enough. It's good. Great kick by Pat, number 4. Yeah, 35-yard PAT attempt. BHS 27 and Golden West 7 with 10:48 to play in the ball game. It's a 1-point lead for BHS with plenty of time left in the ball game. And Golden West facing an uphill battle here in the final quarter. As you know, they'll be putting the balls up in the air against this Driller defense. But in that sense, BHS can rush their down linemen hard and aggressively in every play. Jermaine McDermott feasting on that. He likes to sack the quarterback. He only has one tonight. Pat Osborne will be kicking off for BHS. Pat gets his leg into it at the 1-yard line, brought out by Dustin Young to the 20, 25, hit hard and dropped. What a smack by Calvin Hosey on the special teams. He gets across the 25-yard line. Woo! 10-4-1 to play in the ball game and 27-7 in favor of BHS. Yeah, something wrong there.
Mike behind me pointing.
BHS with a 20-point lead. And we have a timeout on the field. That's taken by BHS to get a chance to rest some of their players. Some of them going both ways. We're seeing substantial time on both sides of the ball, like Pat Osborne, James McGill, Alan Mackey, Bryce McGill in company. BHS with a strong second half tonight. 12-7 at the half. It's been all Drillers in the second half. Golden West has moved the ball a little bit, but really hasn't threatened too much. As the BHS defense has kept the Trailblazers back deep in their own territory, thanks to some nice kickoffs by Pat Osborne. He's drove the last two to the 1 yard line. Now the BHS defense has not yielded too much as far as yardage is concerned. I know I'm on the camera. The Golden West people are not getting excited. Somebody has to get excited. You know, they were pumped up in the second quarter when the team was back in the game, and now they're just kind of in a sullen mood, being down by 20 points. But it's not over till it's over. Shotgun formation, bad snap. Owens to throw. Behind his receiver, but caught by number 2, Andrew Mitchell. Nobody wants to stand up on the Golden West side. And that's the only way you can get warm here in the fourth quarter. 10:28 to play. Okay, we will call it second down, second and short, 2nd and 1 for Golden West. Split backs behind Forbes. Well, giving to Jackson first down to the 40-yard line. Stays on his feet and thrown back at the 47-yard line. Somebody got a hold of him. He almost had a chance to break him for some more. That was James McGill, number 13. And Jermaine McDermott, number 88. McDermott looking for another sack. 9:50 to play in the ball game. Alan Mackey playing left corner for BHS. Johnson, right corner. Bryce McGill guarding the tight end. Pass complete. Number 2, Andrew Mitchell. And all Westview Center League selection. 38 catches coming into the game. Good receiver. Gets open. Nice hands. Great size at 6'3". Big target. First down for GW. At the Driller 41-yard line. The Trailblazers not ready to quit. Pitch back to Jackson. Here comes McDermott, and he throws him down. Jermaine McDermott, 88. Big play for BHS. He wanted a sack. They got a tackle behind the line of scrimmage. As Golden West loses about 4 or 5 yards, 2nd and long with 9:09 to play in the ball game. And Stansbury, 6-1 leads momentarily for BHS. 295-pounder. Shotgun formation. Owens to throw from the 45. Fires it over the middle. Complete. Good catch. First down. Well, short of the first down, but close to crisp. And Golden West has some good receivers. Owens and Forbes, the quarterback, can definitely throw the ball. And they have a vaunted passing attack. But they have yet to score here in the second half. 3rd and short, 3rd and 3. Forbes rolling to his left. Here comes the rush, and he'll go down the sack. Ball is down, no fumble. McDermott coming in there along with Winters. Like Forbes had a chance to unload it. But McDermott, who gets the sack, came in so quickly, number 88. So they make the tackle behind the backfield, and now a sack. So big series for Jermaine, 88, who's limping just slightly as he comes back onto the field for BHS. 7:40 to play in a ball game. And the Drillers becoming very aggressive defensively, rushing the quarterback. 4th and long, 7:37 to play. Owens from the shotgun. Here comes the rush, fires it over the middle. Intercepted by Bryce McGill. He reverses his field to the 45, 40 looking. He's going to the end zone. It is going to be a touchdown, BHS. Woo! Oh, yeah. Golden West passing on every down. Ball thrown over the middle. They've been thrown over the middle extensively all night. McGill in the right place at the right time. Went left initially. Then cut to his right. Picked up a couple of blocks. And then he just exploded towards the end zone the final 30 yards. 50-yard plus play. And this game is over with. 7:20 to play. You can close the refrigerator door. As we have some fireworks. BHS has busted loose in the second half. The PAT by Pat Osborne. It's good. BHS on offense, BHS on defense. Just taking charge of this game against Golden West. And Bryce McGill, what a ball game he has had. Wow. Bryce McGill has blocked a field goal attempt. He scored a touchdown on the offensive variety from 42 yards. Runs back an interception over 50 yards. Has a 2-point conversion. Has made numerous tackles defensively. He's done it all from both sides of the ball. He's not the only one. James McGill has scored a touchdown for the Drillers. He's had an interception. Made some nice plays defensively. Pat Osborne has done his thing. Been a team effort for BHS. But nobody has shined brighter than Bryce McGill, number 5. And a BHS defense rising to the occasion. And just like that, we had a 12-7 game at the half. It is now 34-7. And I am the only one yelling on this side. The only one excited on the Golden West side. The ball's kicked off to Mike Venegas. It's across the 30 to about the 32. Going to be first and 10 for the Trailblazers with 7:14 to play in the ball game. As their season is ticking down. And guess what they'll be doing on practically every play in this next series? Passing the football. And probably from the shotgun.
That kicker for the Drillers was Joseph Bravo.
Okay for Golden West. Andrew Mitchell wide to the left. Young wide right, I formation. That's where they passed the ball. Give it to number 4, Mike Gooden. Runs it across the 35 to about the 37. As the clock winds down to under 7 minutes. While they're running the football, maybe they want to pick up a couple of first downs and get some confidence. Running the football is not going to get them back into the ball game, not in this stage. But you have to mix it up every once in a while. I'm going back to the T formation. Owens to throw, the pass complete to Crisp. Right tackle by Bryce McGill on the far side as he drove through the tight end. Actually a very short game. Pass to the far left flat. It'll be 3rd and short for Golden West at their own 42-yard line. 6:20 on a running clock. Pat Osborne exits the field momentarily. Diaz, Bryce McGill, Mackey, Johnson back there. DBs. Graham, Dunlap. Christopher Chambers. Forbes rolling to his right under heavy rush. Throws it from the 30, incomplete. The closest man was 45, Calvin Hosey. And Forbes was running for his life. In hot pursuit, Chambers, Winners, and company for BHS. Still a very tough situation for the Trailblazers to be in, as this game has simply gotten out of hand for them. 5:55 to play. They were in it for a half, played very well in the second quarter. But BHS has dominated the final 2 quarters, especially defensively. When INT set up their first touchdown in the second half, we just had an interception return for a score. Like BHS has had 3 long runs for the touchdowns. Graham on the blitz, a pass over the middle, complete to Crisp. Fumbles the ball, no, they call it incomplete. Dunlap was over there ready to pounce on it for BHS. Almost Stansbury. And the Drillers take over, so it doesn't really make any difference. Whether it's a completion and a fumble recovery, incompleted pass. First down for BHS. As Golden West going for it on 4th down. To no avail. And BHS takes over at the Golden West 42-yard line. Osborne wide left. At the ball to right hash mark for James McGill and company. Bryce McGill tailback. Kindred fullback, pitch back. Bryce McGill cuts inside of a block by Kindred to the 40-yard line. 30-yard line. Flag is down. He'll go the distance. It'll be a touchdown for BHS. but they will probably bring it all the way back. The flag was thrown at the 35-yard line, and maybe a clip against the Drillers. Tell you one, when Bryce McGill gets into the open field, he can turn it up a notch, or 2 or 3. There was a clip against BHS. We have 15-yarder as it brings the ball back to midfield. So the Drillers do not score there. Bryce McGill cut inside the man who was clipped for Golden West on that run. At 5:43 to play in the ball game. At a 34-7 lead for BHS. Osborne to this side, pitch back to Bryce McGill. Running right. Kindred is blocked out of the play, but McGill keeps on going to about the 45. John Kindred, 14, did a good job just kind of holding up the defender. He was blocked hard, hit hard by the defender, but it worked as McGill cut inside of him and picked up some yardage to the Golden West 45, but it's 2nd and 14 for BHS as the clock continues to wind down here in the 4th quarter. Bryce McGill got a huge offensive line to the 40-yard line, 37. Dane Costa making the tackle for Golden West. The Drill offensive line continuing their push. Straight ahead forward. Thomas Holland back in the game for BHS. Now 3rd and 4 for the Drillers at the Golden West 36-yard line. Osborne to this side. Holland wide right. Bryce McGill off right tackle. Forward inside the 35 to about the 33. And BHS keeping the ball on the ground. Picking up some yardage. Using up that clock. Felix Ortega making the initial stop for Golden West. 3rd and short for the Drillers. The clock is stopped at 4:24. And we'll call it 4th down. 4th and less than a yard. Diaz, Hallman. The runner of the game for the Drillers. Diaz, the single running back. Kendrick slot man. McGill fakes to Diaz. He will keep it. 30-yard line, 25. Has a first down and more. And as he slides, he is hit late. We'll probably see a personal foul penalty against Golden West. A dead ball foul. Kind of slid like NFL quarterbacks. And then he was hit as he was on the ground. I don't think it was a flagrant play. It's just the way they call it. The officials don't take a lot from the players, that's for sure. And that is a 15-yarder. And it will set up BHS deep in Golden West territory. They're inside the 15 at the 12-yard line. The BHS doesn't need to score again. 3:51 on the clock. 34-7. They're knocking on the door once again. Pitch back to Diaz. Hit hard in the backfield. Spins away. Gets to about the 12. Derek Taylor, number 51, with a good whip on Diaz, number 6. Timothy Diaz. And we'll call it 2nd and 8 for BHS at the 12-yard line in Golden West territory. Hallman wide to the right. Osborne wide left. Kindred powers his way forward inside the 10 to about the 9. It'll be 3rd down for BHS. As the clock continues to tick away on Golden West season. Mike Gooden on the tackle for Golden West. The Trailblazers are only down 12-7 at the half, but it's been all BHS in the final 2 quarters as they have worn down a smaller Golden West team. That's been done in BHS style. Tough, hard-nosed defense and big plays. James McGill, quarterback. Timothy Diaz up the middle. Touchdown, BHS. Just a huge hole for Tim to run through. And he obliged. As he scooted through for BHS's 40th point tonight. And the Drillers just blowing this one wide open. The final score will look like it's been a contest in the Southeast Yosemite League. But it was close to the half. And BHS has just been dominant in the final 2 quarters as they woke up. Had a nice talk at halftime. PAT attempt is no good by number 11, Justin Schultz, a junior. He's trying a PAT in place of Osborne. 40-7 BHS. So the Drillers really tacking on the points here. Boy, it's been all Drillers there in the final 2 quarters with 2:24 left in the ball game. BHS will kick it off as they advance to the second round of the Yosemite Division playoffs. BHS seeking a Central Section Championship this year, like they do every year. The defense in the second half keyed this victory for BHS. And I think the offense became much more consistent in the final 2 quarters. The kick by number 28, Joseph Bravo. Comes to Young, jumps to the air, knocked down for the 21-yard line. Rice, number 21 over there for BHS. Josh Nabone. Bucky. Craig Bucky. And on attack for BHS. Forbes to number 4, Mike Gooden out of the backfield across the 25 to the 27-yard line. As the clock ticking down under 2 minutes in this ball game from Griffith Field on the campus of Bakersfield High School. 40-7 in favor of BHS over the Golden West Trailblazers. And a flag down the BHS defensive backfield at the 35-yard line. Number 3 for BHS, Nathan McCallie, seeing some playing time, 5'5" sophomore. Illegal participation penalty against BHS. And Golden West has the ball at their own 37-yard line. 2 minutes exactly on the clock. 40-7 in favor of BHS. This is the first blowout we have had in some time here on Time Warner this year. We've had a lot of great games that have gone down to the wire, sometimes to the final play. Jackson off the left side, drives across the 40 to about the 43, showing excellent effort. Tobin 76 over there for BHS. Eric Tobin, senior, 6'2", 228. Some of the other guys getting some playing time for the Drillers. Bucky, 87. Craig Bucky, 6'2", 185 for the Drillers. Forbes to throw the pass and complete at a 45 in BHS territory. Flag is down at midfield. .109 to play, defensive holding against BHS. As they lead at 40-7 over Golden West. Now the Trailblazers at the BHS 47-yard line. Owens, a quarterback for Golden West. Calling signals. 3 receivers wide to the left. BHS with Osborne. Back deep. Owens to throw the pass behind his receiver. Almost picked off by Johnson at the 45-yard line. Graham over there for the Drillers. 1:04 on the clock. And the only thing that remains in this game is the final score. As the Drillers have been dominant in the final 2 quarters, leading only 12-7 at the half. The defense got things going in the second half, and it's been downhill. Jackson, Costa, the ball carrier, to the 45, fights his way to about the 43-yard line. A tackle by Diaz of BHS, who scored their last touchdown. 45 seconds to play in the ball game, and the clock is running. The ball's at the Driller 43-yard line. Number 75, Levi Halley, been playing defensively for BHS, a junior. The ball given to Jackson, has an opening to the 30-yard line, breaks a tackle to the 20, stays on his feet, brought down at the 12-yard line. As the clock continues to run, 21 seconds. And Golden West may have a shot at one final play as the clock now runs as they change the chains. 11 seconds on the clock. Forbes at quarterback. The final play of the ball game. The long count. Ball given to Costa. Throws out of the backfield. Complete to the 5-yard line to Andrew Mitchell. He's tackled 5-6 yards short of the goal line. That's it. The final score from Griffith Field on the campus of Bakersfield High School. BHS 40 and Golden West 7. BHS is now 9-2 this year, 7 consecutive wins. And Golden West, they conclude their season with a record of 4-7 after winning 4 of their 5 coming back. BHS a winner on Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
The ravages of time. Just like paint, tape can oxidize, and oxygen is slowly eating away your most cherished family videos. A baby's first steps, first words, first birthday. These memories, once lost, can never be recovered. You can't stop time, but you can fight oxidation by duplicating your videos at Time Warner Productions. Our state-of-the-art repair and duplication services can help preserve your memories for future generations. Time Warner Productions, located at 3600 North Select Avenue in the Time Warner Cable Building. Holiday Ford Lincoln Mercury is clearing out the 98s. Now we have $1,000 cash back, plus 0.9% financing on Escorts, Contours, Mystiques, Tracers, and Rangers. Now that's real savings. How about a red carpet lease on a new 98 Explorer? Come in and buy one, and the first payment up to $500 is on us. Don't make a wrong turn. Make the turn for Lerdo Highway in Shafter. We're easy to get to from both the 5 and 99 freeways. Say habla español.
Come to Holiday!
Over the last 60 years, Chan Younger has helped thousands of accident victims. Oil field work is some of the most dangerous work around. Many people are seriously injured or killed as a result of faulty equipment and poor safety training. We didn't want this to continue, so we fought until changes in oil field safety were made. Accidents still happen, and when they do, we'll be there for you.
A big win for tonight for BHS over Golden West 40-7. One of the main guys for BHS tonight, number 5, Bryce McGill. He did it on both sides of the ball, defensively and offensively. Had a couple of touchdowns, one on the offensive variety, one defensively. A 2-point conversion, has some great sticks out there. I think the defense really got the team going in the second half when you only had a 12-7 lead. The interception by James McGill at the 15-yard line, and you dominated the final 2 quarters.
Yeah, well, we went in there at halftime. We were talking to our defense, telling them that we had to pick it up so we can make it easier for our offense.
They gave you a tough run in the first 2 quarters, scoring there with a minute to go in the second quarter, then coming back, and after the bad snap over Osborne's head, they had a ball at the 20-yard line. But I think your blocked field goal attempt really pumped up the team again at halftime.
Yeah, well, we didn't really expect them to come out this hard, but they did. We just had to pick it up.
You guys have the ability to make big plays in a ball game. Most of your touchdowns tonight were on long runs. You have that explosive ability. You have so many athletes that can do the job, whether it's James, whether it's you, Tim Diaz, Pat Osborne.
Yeah, we have a lot of speed on our team, and that's what we usually work on.
And Jermaine, the defense really must have loved the fourth quarter. They could really go after the quarterback.
Yeah, it's another one of our speed guys right there.
Thanks a lot, Bryce. Good luck against Centennial. Final score tonight, BHS 40, Golden West 7. BHS plays Centennial next. I'm Mark Heffernan, and you've been watching the Prep Football Game of the Week on CNN SI, Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.
They're a fine team there. Calvin Hosey also gets in and plays a little bit too. So they're an excellent
Reed
offensive
Morris,
line.
number 70, 6'3", 265. Stansbury, 6'3", 255. Sajak, 6'5", 290. McKnight, 6'5", 323. They are definitely a load. McCoy cuts inside, running with power and speed. Some big yardage. Be about 2 yards shy of the first down, 2 or 3 yards. At the 40-yard line, Daryl McCoy for BHS, number 28.
Well, Mark, we talked about some of the blocking. Reed Morris that time, the right guard for BHS, made a nice tackle to spring McCoy. That's the longest game he's had on the off tackle play. He did a great job on the trap block there and sprung him for about 9 yards.
Durmeyer in a stop for Centennial, number 30. Second and a short 2 for BHS. McCoy again has the first down, sneaks his way, flag is down, picks up about 5 or 6 yards, but it might be a penalty against the BHS interior line. As I watch where they throw the flag, holding against the Drillers. So BHS does not get the first down on a fine run by Daryl McCoy. Now, you really don't have to hold when he's running. All you have to do is scan up your man for about a second. And with his power and speed, he can just cut off that semi-block and make a lot of things on his own. He's not really the type of running back that needs a lot of blocking.
Well, they're facing, Bakersfield High is facing a team that's very physically strong on the defensive front, and so they're not able to move their men out like they normally would a smaller team. So sometimes what happens, you get a hold of a player, he's big and strong, and you tend to hold a little bit.
Second and 11 for BHS. Play action. Tim Osborne rolling to his left, heavy pressure. Wobbles it out there. Is it complete on the far side to number 4, Patrick Osborne, his brother? It is a completion. Is it a first down for the Drillers? Where do they spot it? Will we have a measurement? Tim to Pat. Osborne to Osborne.
Mark, you can see the advantage with the brothers playing Osborne to Osborne. Tim, the quarterback to Pat, and that really helps because they know each other's moves. They know each other's going to be on the field at all times, and it's a big advantage, especially in crunch time.
In crunch time. Will we have another measurement?
Looks to be a little short, Mark. Maybe a half yard short.
As Justin Davis, number 44, checking out the defensive signals. Centennial moving players in and out. Third and a short 1. 8:43 to play in the first half for BHS. As they lead at 10-7 over Centennial. And do we have a timeout situation? Does somebody have too many people on the field? And would it be the Golden Hawks? Coming off, Rusty Coons, number 45. And the players will talk things over with their coach.
They had 1 extra man on the field. They had 12 men on the field.
A lot of guys were going off and on. I think 2 guys came on and 1 left just before that play. So they called the timeout. Third and a short 1.
Well, here's the first big defensive stand for Centennial here in the first half. Could be a real big play for them. If Bakersfield can get a first down here, control the clock, they might be able to move the ball and do something with it, maybe score or at least keep the ball away from Centennial. Centennial stops them, gets the ball back in good field position. Who knows what they can do with 8:43 left in the halftime.
We know last year was a 0-0 game for most of the ball game, and BHS, as usual, came up with some big plays and won 21-0. But it was a defensive struggle last year. Both teams had a lot of trouble running against each other. And if it wasn't for a couple of big plays, which is usually the case for BHS, the game would have been closer. But the Drillers always have that ability to make something out of nothing. Gary Austin wide to the right for BHS. McCoy in motion. Tim Osborne, the wiggle up the middle, first down for BHS. Power blocking by the Drillers off the right side.
Mark, they win behind Reed Morris and Sajak. I mean, they got some big size up there, 6'5", 295, Morris 6'2", 265.
Just straight ahead blocking. And you don't really have to move the defense back too much. They picked up about 3 or 4 yards.
Well, that was a smart play because they put McCoy in motion, and that kind of took a linebacker with him.
That's right, you have to follow him.
And then Weigel then went straight up the middle, and that was a very effective first down.
Weigel, being the inside runner for BHS this year, at 1st and 10 for the Drillers. He has the ball. Falls is blocking very well. His hit stays on his feet. Kevin with a nice run of about 8 yards. Who popped him that time?
Stopped by Juan
Marisic, JR, number 40.
You know, Marisic has had a fine game defensively. He's been in on about 3 tackles tonight, and he shows you how to make a perfect tackle, Mark. I mean, he puts his head, his neck, his shoulders, everything into the tackle Marisic. So he's a fine defensive player for Centennial.
Well, when you're 165, you basically have to do that. As we have Andrew Stubbe, number 43, guarding Austin in front of us. BHS in Centennial territory to 48. 2nd and 3. Johnson in motion. Tim's pass behind it, the intended receiver, Royce Jennings, a junior 150. That's the timing pattern. And quarterback Tim threw it behind his intended receiver who was looking in on the play. So 3rd and short, a nice call by BHS. On 2nd and short.
You know, one thing I think Bakersfield could do tonight, since they really are heavily scouting McCoy, I think Wheel can be a big man, especially here in the second half. As we get into the second half, I think he can be a real important player tonight.
Bring McCoy in motion, take the linebacker out of there, and give the ball to Weagle. Very strong runner up the middle. McCoy, the ball carrier, has the first down. They try to strip him, but he dives forward for extra yardage. Gonzalez, also number 40 over there, Marisic for Centennial. But McCoy just powers his way for some good yardage into Centennial territory, 1st and 10.
Well, Mark, there, that was a fine play by BHS. They ran behind Keith McKnight, the 6'5", 323-pound senior offensive right tackle that time. Opened up a hole for McCoy. McCoy's starting to see a little bit of daylight here in the second quarter, Mark. He's starting to pick his spots a little bit better. Bakersfield's starting to do a little bit better job opening up some holes in the offensive line.
Pitching 77, Jones 73 on the defensive line for Centennial. They play offense too. What a nice penetration. Nice cutback by McCoy, but Centennial up to the task. As he picks up about 2 yards over there for the Golden Hawks. Durmeyer, who caused him to cut inside. Short gain for Daryl McCoy.
Mark, we talked earlier, I think best yards for Bakersfield will be straight up the middle because Centennial really is scouting the outside well and has done a good job of turning McCoy inside where the pursuit then picks him up. I think quick hitters straight up the middle with Weagle or McCoy up the middle are really more effective.
Justin Wilkins replaces Jones in the defensive line slot for Centennial. 2nd and 9 for BHS. There's McCoy. Nice move in the backfield. Dives forward. He'll be shy of the first down. Does he fumble?
No.
Well, they say that the ground cannot cause the fumble. So he dove forward. He'd be shy of the first down, but a nice effort by Daryl McCoy. As Jones comes back for Centennial, they gave him a breather for one play, number 73. 6'3", 270. Should I say 6'1", 295, Lonnie Jones, 73 for Centennial. Took a rest for one play, back in there.
Mark,
on 3rd and short.
Excuse me, Mark. One player who's done a good job tonight, Shannon Ezel.
Yes.
Number 3, he plays left and right cornerback. He's shifting, staying with Austin most of the time. He's done a fine job tonight as a junior cornerback for Centennial.
You have Pat Osborne and Austin wide to the right. Tim looking that way. Flag is down. Pass complete to the other side. Number 85 for BHS, Mike Swan, has the first down, but a flag, and most likely holding against BHS. As Brian Kitching, 77, was in hot pursuit of Tim Osborne. It was not a well-executed play by the Drillers, and once again they have a holding penalty.
Well, you know, we came out in the first quarter, and both teams were really fired up. I thought they were playing excellent football. The second quarter's been really penalty marred by both teams. It's got a little sloppy here in the second quarter. I think teams need to go in halftime, maybe regroup, make some adjustments, both teams, to see how both teams can maybe move the football a little more effectively.
And that's a big penalty against BHS as they move back to the Centennial 47-yard line. At 5:25 to play here in the first half. There's BHS 10, Centennial 7. Once again, you have Austin wide right. In the slot is Pat Osborne. I formation. McCoy tailback. Tim Osborne rolling to his right out, going back to his left. He'll run it. Has some yardage. You know, last week, Tim Osborne had about a 68-yard run for a touchdown. I think he had 2 touchdown runs for BHS. That play looked like it was a run all the way. Unless it was a broken play.
It could have been. Centennial pursued very well on the play and really held him before he could get a big game.
They almost overran him on the rush.
Yeah, he's a very dangerous quarterback because not only can he throw the ball deep, but he also can put the ball down and run the football too.
As a personal foul penalty against Centennial. which will give BHS a first down. So like you said, there have been a lot of penalties in this quarter.
Well, none more costly than that for Centennial, because most of the penalties in the second quarter have been in the variety of holding against Bakersfield. But that penalty there, personal foul, is a penalty you just can't afford to have.
Is that roughing the pass?
I think it was roughing the pass.
He was running on the play. They still call it roughing the pass.
Yeah, when he was down, there was a few players that did a little extracurricular activity on him.
First and 10 for BHS. Out of the Centennial 24. Draw play to McCoy. Has 5-10. A nice tackle by number 44. Justin Davis. McCoy was almost off to the races. Just one step from breaking it. Daryl McCoy, number 28. Of course, he normally breaks in the second half and the defense gets tired. And 2nd and 5, only a 5-yard gain. He could have had a lot more than that.
Well, they've done a fine job on him tonight, pursuing well and keeping him from really breaking anything long. And that's been really important tonight for Centennial, keeping him really in the football game.
Number 20 in the slot, Royce Jennings. Mackey wide to the right. Pass over the middle, incomplete. Tim trying to throw to his brother Pat, and Pat was not looking back. And the pass is broken up by Centennial. So on that particular play, the brothers did not have the proper communication or timing. As Pat was not even looking back on the pass, and it was almost picked off. Nevertheless, incompletion. 3rd and 5 for BHS. And the Drillers call a timeout with 4:20 to play in the first half. And it's 10-7 BHS. So a second quarter kind of marred by penalties by each team. And it has taken a little bit of time to run the second quarter as far as time is concerned.
Well, I think the most important thing is the scoreboard. And right now it's 10-7 Bakersfield. And Bakersfield's played, I thought, a really good second quarter, Mark. The defense has been solid. The offense really has moved the football well, but they've had some penalties. They've really hurt
two holding penalties in the game. Centennial helped in that time with a personal foul penalty against the quarterback, and it probably would have been about a 3rd-8 situation for BHS. So those are negatives for Centennial for helping BHS with the first down. Now we have 3rd and 5.
Well, I think there have been 2 big plays in this game. One was the long pass by Tim Osborne, where the Centennial defensive back tipped the ball in the air instead of knocking it down for a touchdown, and then the personal foul on 3rd and long and gave Bakersfield a first down. Those are 2 plays tonight, and I think those are the 2 things that hurt Centennial here in the first half. And it's really the reason why Bakersfield's ahead 10-7.
I'm impressed with number 43, Roy Johnson's ability to run for BHS, 6'1", 237. Took off pretty good after he caught that ball.
When you're a driller, you always know how to run.
That's right. 3rd and 5. McCoy to the outside, string him out, and he loses yardage. Number 6 over there, Mike Gonzalez. A lot of speed, 5'10", 175. Also number 40 for Centennial. Turning the play in would be J.R. Marisic. So some of the smaller players that have quickness were able to turn McCoy in. He loses yardage, 4th and 8 for BHS.
Well, Mark, we said earlier that Centennial's been able to stop the wide plays tonight. The best way to go at him is right up the middle and behind the big offensive line with Sajak. And right now, when they go wide, Centennial's been able to come up and make the play.
Tim Osborne trying a 40-yard field goal. He definitely has a leg for it for BHS. Line drives it, no good. Coming in once again, Dennis, Justin Roberts, little number 4, putting some heat on the kicker. Holding for BHS was Brian Shore. I don't know if the place wasn't that good, but Tim missed that one. That was more of a soccer kick, a line drive, way off to the left.
Well, it appeared to be a low snap from center, and the ball just never really got to the holder in a way that he could place it well. But Centennial's done a fine job on the wide plays tonight. I think Centennial has to be very happy with the way they played tonight.
Oh, definitely.
Because I think they have really had a great effort tonight.
Yeah, they've showed a lot of emotion tonight, getting good contributions from some of the smaller players. DBs, except for the one play, but they've come up and done a great job in some of the wide plays. So it hasn't just been their big linemen. At 3:36 to play in the second quarter. Might be offsides against BHS unless an offensive lineman for Centennial moved. I did see one of the players for BHS move quickly.
Yeah, what he did, Mark, is that he jumped over the line. Grimes for Bakersfield High, the defensive left tackle, jumped in the neutral zone and made contact with an offensive receiver. And so that was an automatic 5 yards for Centennial.
And they like that. You love those 1st and 5 situations.
Yeah, that was
better than 2nd and 5.
That was number 78 for BHS defensive tackle.
Centennial with the ball moving right to left in this quarter, down 10-7. And the Centennial crowd are on their feet. Play action. Valles throwing it deep. There's a man out there. It is complete. Flag down. Number 20, Jared Bratcher. I think the completion will stand. Probably a foul against BHS. Interference most likely against BHS. And he caught the ball anyway. Double coverage on Jared Bratcher, who is a speed man for Centennial. And it should be a 1st and 10 for the Golden Hawks.
Yeah, it looked like the Bakersfield defensive back didn't turn around when the ball was there, and it was a great catch by Jared Bratcher, the fine flanker for Centennial.
Nice throw by Valles.
Valles has shown an arm here in the second quarter, Mark.
Well, he had time to throw. Again, it's hard to throw it deep against BHS because the coverage might break down or the blocking. 1st and 10 for the Golden Hawks at the BHS 24-yard line. Echeverry. Stubbe behind Valles. Stubbe out to right side. Sliced his way for a gain of about 1 or 2 outside the 20 at the 21. 10-7 ball game. 3 minutes to play in the first half. BHS on top. Valles, it's Bratcher for a long one. Deep inside BHS territory. Now they're about 1.5 yards away from the red zone, Centennial.
Well, they like to run wide to the right with Stubbe, but unfortunately you're running into the area where Mackey comes over in that area, and also Jason Stewart, the defensive end. So you're running against a couple pretty good players when you try to move to that side of the line.
Of course, you have pitching lining up left offensive tackle for Centennial. They're going this way. Pitch back to Stubbe. They string him out wide and bring him down for the loss. I thought he may think about cutting back, but BHS really swarmed to the ball. Excellent defense. Graham, number 33. We have Stewart, 89. 42 Dunlap. Just 3 or 4 drillers were there, strung it out, and then took him down.
Well, Mark, I said both teams were more effective running the ball to the middle. Both teams have done a good job stringing plays wide, and that's because athletic-wise, both teams are pretty well evenly matched. And so when it goes wide, the defense is able to come up and really string the plays out for both teams. I think Centennial and Bakersfield are much better on quick hitters straight up the middle.
Well, Dennis on a touchdown run by Andrew Stubbe. He ran up the middle, broke a tackle, and then he looted another guy before taking it all the way. So that was not an outside play. Wide to the left, Justin Roberts for Centennial. 3rd and 11 for the Golden Hawks at the BHS 25. Left hash mark. Play action. Valles rolling to his right. Heavy rush, throws it. It's picked off by BHS. Number 42. Will he take the distance? Tackle from behind by Andrew Stubbe. What a big play by 42, Jeff Dunlap.
Mark, we talk about big plays.
Defensive pressure.
Jason Stewart was coming in there. It looked like a screen play that just didn't develop. And instead of taking a sack, the quarterback made an ill-advised toss there. And Bakersfield made the great interception, ran it back 62 yards, and Bakersfield.
We talk about Jeff Dunlap, number 42, making some big plays tonight. And as you said, Stewart caused it with his great rush on Valles, and he probably should have taken the sack. But how many times you see when a quarterback is going down, they try to throw the ball and it's picked off? Because BHS had 3 guys in the area. 1st and 10 for the Drillers. 1:30 to play and a half. McCoy tackled after a gain of about 1 or 2 yards. So the Centennial D has to come up big here with a tackle by number 77, Brian Kitching. BHS has 2 INTs tonight and a long pass reception for a touchdown, but we've talked about the Drillers' ability to make a big play when it counts most.
Well, they have been able to make some big plays tonight, but Centennial's defense has really rose to the challenge, has really done a good job of stopping Bakersfield, especially in the red zone tonight.
It's 2nd down for BHS. Wiggle, McCoy, Johnson in motion. Tim Osborne rolling right to his right, heavy rush. Oh, they miss him. Now he goes to his left. Nice block by Wiggle. The pass into the end zone. It is caught by Pat Osborne, but it's not a touchdown. Out of the end zone. That was quite a play.
Yeah, number 3.
Ezel had a chance to bring down the big quarterback, Tim Osborne. He eluded him, rolled to his left, fires it towards his brother to the far corner of the end zone.
I think he caught it, but I think he was out of the end zone.
He made a nice catch. He was out of the end zone. Wow.
But again, Centennial doing a very good job of pursuing tonight, getting a lot of pressure on Tim Osborne, and he's not able to really set up the offense the way he'd like in his passing game. Again, that was kind of a scramble play, and it was not really a set play. So Centennial, again, doing the job defensively in the red zone.
Third and goal for BHS. Johnson in motion. Centennial defense moves that way. Is it motion against BHS? Or is it offsides against Centennial? 1:14 to play in the first half. And it's BHS 10, Centennial 7 on Time Warner Cable, Channel 52. Tie. The Vikings coming up with some D on this drive. West rolling to his right, looking for the screen out, comes back to his left under heavy rush. Knocked out of bounds. And a flag is down on the far side. Should be shy of the first down. I think it's against Foothill. If I was West, I would decline it. Let's get the ball back, West High says.
Mark, that was a nice
penalty.
That was a nice defensive play by Arthur Reyes, number 71, 5'10", 195-pound senior for West High.
2:10 to play in the first half. It is Foothill 35, West High nothing. You're watching Prep Football exclusively on Time Warner Cable, Channel 52.